is your take on how we even benchmark corporate governance. How do we tell whether company X is practicing good corporate governance? And if company X is not practicing good corporate governance, at the moment, it doesn't seem there are mechanisms of ensuring that they actually do practice good corporate governance. For example, in a licensing regime, if you're a bank, do you think that we should bring a conditionality that before, say, your license is renewed, that is if there is a renewal process, that you indicate certain compliance with some key indicators of corporate governance, for example?
Thank you very much. I think what is in question here, it's not really the measures per se, because when you look at what the law says in terms of corporate governance, what companies should have, most of these companies will have these things on the face value. So whether it is having a board of directors, which is very competent, whether it is about having auditors and all of that, they would have that. So in terms of corporate governance, the framework, what it requires will be met, okay? But I think where the real issue comes, it's in the who we have to lead this corporate governance within the companies. So if I take, for example, the board, they are supposed to lead corporate governance within the company. And for them to lead corporate governance, there is a moral part which is lacking, which must be brought in. Because for corporate governance to survive and to be successful, it's important that we bring in this moral part of it. Who is on the board? Are they morally doing the right thing? And once you have in the right people, then it makes measuring your compliance very easy.
You know, that sounds very nice to hear, but can we be real about this? When companies are appointing members to the board, their major consideration, if at all, even big ones, is how will this man or woman contribute to the profitability of the company, not the morality aspect. And let's face it, many companies are immoral. As corporate group, they agree on immorality in their planning. They agree on that. So this idea of morality, I mean, it sounds nice in public, but in private, there are companies that, for example, if a company has come to terms with the fact that a product that it sells is contaminated to a degree, and they have checked the quantity of produce in their warehouses ready to go to the market, and they do the estimation, and they can tell that should we recall, this company is going to suffer a massive liquidity issue on the basis of that. Good number of companies will say, look, let's just let it go, and let's hope somehow that it's not detected. Moving forward, we'll try and do the right thing, but for now, let it go because of that balance. I think morality, in reality, when it comes to the corporate cost and benefit analysis, morality is secondary, don't you think so?
I think what you say is a natural tendency for human behavior, but that is short term. So short term, you would win, or you may win, but look at it from a long-term perspective. What is the sustainability of your business? That's what you should be looking at. Because if, for example, you send in a product which is not good and it's found out, think of the reputation on your business. All of your customers would move away. You may lose that business. And, you know, in my role, a lot of people see me as a compliance officer, telling them what they should do. You know, sometimes actually slowing down business. But one of the things I always say is, my role is here to help you sell, but make sure you sell compliantly. Because I have been in situations, from my experience, where businesses are quick to move to the marketplace. They want to defy everything, you know, and they win in the short term. But at the end of the day, they found out that they sold at zero. So I think once leaders start having that in the back of their mind, then they start seeing the place of corporate governance and why ethics and compliance is so important for a business. Setting the tone at the top, making sure the company is clear of their corporate values and how they want to do business.